ever. Yeah!
Boneyard is brought to you by
Hey now everybody, thanks for tuning into the Boneyard. This week's episode, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to hunt the Alberta whitetail. In the very first episode of season 2, you saw me take a great old mule deer buck with my bow. Then after I bagged my mule deer, I hunted whitetails, then elk, then back to whitetails, and then elk and whitetails, and so on and so on. I think what I need for next year is a 4-day guided hunt for whitetails. I think it'd be a lot cheaper than all the gas that I spent on this year's hunt.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have to spend 60 hours editing one episode.
It's gonna rain. Whatever, I'll be in a ground blind. Wind is absolutely perfect. But either way, I have different routes on how to get in to where I'm going.
I love a man who hunts with a bow.
This is it. I'm ready. So I got into the blind. The wind is really picking up. I thought I had a big buck crashing through the trees, but I think it was just a big branch fell down. I'm not used to hunting in blinds very often. I think this is only my second time, so I'm a little awkward. Of course, I need to set it up a little better somewhere that I can hang my bow. And of course, my chair is for a giant, because when I sit on it I'm about 3 foot high and can't see anything, so it's a little too small for me. I've got a canola field 25 yards out. I'm on an old cut line that's grown up. I had a camera about a couple 100 yards down and in both directions, and a steady stream of deer, does, bucks follow along the edge of the field. So I'm really hoping something will come in.
Did anyone else notice that underlying message in that sequence?
I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but I just had a cougar at 1 foot. I opened up the back flap because I didn't want to say that I thought it was a cougar, but I thought, no way. I thought it had to have been a doe. So then I was setting up and opened up the back flap, and there was a cougar staring at me 1 foot away.
The Boneyard? We'll be right back. We're back.
I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but I just had a cougar at 1 foot. I opened up the back flap because I didn't want to say that I thought it was a cougar, but I thought, no way. I thought it had to have been a doe. So then I was setting up and opened up the back flap, and there was a cougar staring at me 1 foot away.
Jason, If I would have known you were hunting cougars.
Hey now, September 2nd, day 2. Luckily I didn't have far to go, but this is the thick stuff I had to get through. Well, darn it, I didn't make it very far. There was a big bush there and I just had to step out on the field and go around, like, I mean, 4 or 5 steps, and I would have been back into cover. And I made it onto the field, around the bush, and then back in, and there was a dead log there and I stepped on it and it popped.
Dum-da-dum-dum.
And that deer was a long ways away. He was probably 150 yards, 200 plus yards, and I turn around and it's just bounding out of the field. I have a bull bugling back. The problem is that he's on the other side of my friend Herb, who's way back there. I was hoping they were gonna come in from the east side, but of course Herb's still calling. He should just stop calling because the bull's on the wrong side.
Brutal.
I'm not sure what he's calling.
That's not calling, it's more like scaring.
Jay, buddy, don't shoot the calf.
Here we are, Saturday morning. It's the morning of the 8th. It's after 5 o'clock. It's so freaking hot. So a doe comes out at about freaking 10 yards. Can't see me, can't smell me, but looks at the camera and starts snorting. Here we go. I'm hoping things are gonna work my way. Hey, buddy. Boy, pretty good timing.
Yeah?
Yeah, right on. It's the morning of the 24th. We're in east central Alberta. 7 in the morning. And this is just a little bit of a view to show you, the viewers, where we're hunting today.
Brutal.
Wow.
The Boneyard? We'll be right back. We're back.
Good morning, everybody. Well, it's a little after 7 in the morning, and we've been up for 3 hours. We did our first set, but we had 6 bulls calling to us. We heard some cows, but they were over a fence into a no-go zone. So we've coming back around. We're in some grazing leases. This is our last day, so we got to get her hopping, and we're chumps.
Yeah, I'll agree with Jason on that. They're chumps.
September 30th. There's a natural corridor. Last night I was in here hunting. Hey now. Oh. 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 Ah. Hey now everybody, it's Jason Acorn here with the Boneyard. October 28th, something like that. Good morning everybody. It's November 2nd and I'm not going to be hunting today, but I am taking out Chelsea. So we got into this special spot. It's one of my morning spots where you get in before daylight and you have about a half an hour. And if nothing comes in, then you move on. But I'll tell you, in that half an hour, anything can happen. Hey now everybody, Jason Acorn here with the Boneyard. We're out in the bush. I got my young friend here, Ty Cote, with me again. The 12th of November. I got a buck.
And that buck trots off to live another day.
We're back.
So if you've been paying attention and watching this episode, you know that he's been hunting hard. Like, it's unbelievable. He's even swallowed his pride and picked up the rifle. It's now November 30th, Jason's last chance for glory. I convinced him to come up and hunt with me. I still have a muley buck tag burning a hole in my pocket. So we're hoping for a double header. Let's see if we can get it done.
I'm on the corner of an old alfalfa field. And the does have been coming in from the corner, and there's been some nice bucks coming out into the field. So I have my decoy set up. Maybe I can bring something in within range.
Okay, got some muleys out in the field here behind me. I'm gonna try and sneak up on them and see if there's a buck. It's about 9 or 10, so she's a frosty one. It's got to be like minus 16, and there's a bit of a wind, so I'll see if I can get close enough and lay the smack down. just behind this patch of trees, but the wind is swirling a bit, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up close, but I'm going to move ahead here. Snuck up and got her done. Yeah! It's a pretty nice buck. It is cold out here, folks. But I got my muley buck.
Hey now everybody, Calvin and I, we got her done. Calvin, I think about a half an hour before last light, November 30th. And myself probably 10 minutes, 5 minutes before last light. So we filled our tags. We have a story to tell. And we couldn't be happier. I sure hope next year it's a little easier on me. Like always, friends, smash that like button on our Facebook page. Peace and love, peace and love.
That's a pretty big gun you have, Calvin. Yeah, that's a pretty big gun you have, Calvin.
Amber, I would go with the second one.